Hey y'all, welcome back for session number 3 of the beginner yoga series here on Natural Yoga Flow. I'm Shakira if we haven't met already. Today's practice will be around combining our first 2 sessions and doing more of a flow, as well as bringing in more pranayama. Today we're going to be doing Kapalabhati, which is called skull shining, so it's about expanding our energy but also staying nice and grounded in the process. So we'll talk more about that once we get to that point. But for now, go ahead and grab your mat, grab any resources that you need. I have some tea here with me, so if you need tea, blocks, blankets, anything that feels good, go ahead and grab that, and I'll meet you on the mat in a child's pose. We'll begin our practice here in a child's pose. Knees are wide if that feels good for your body. Big toes can touch as the hips start to sink back over the heels. Your forehead can connect down to the mat or stacking up on your fists. Let's start to bring the awareness to the natural flow of our breath. Noticing where the breath lives in the body. Noticing any new sensations here in the body. With our next inhale, we'll start to transition into a table. Just like in session 1, finding that foundation. Really propping yourself up here to expand your practice. And allow that foundation to hold your practice, hold your worries, anything that's coming up for you right now. With our next inhale, we'll begin to release the belly down as we gaze up toward the ceiling, finding our cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the spine, tucking the tailbone, waving through the spine, all the way to the chin for cat. Inhale, moving into your cow. And exhale for cat. So just continue at your own pace, your own breath cycle. Noticing what feels good for you. Moving in any way that your body needs to warm up for our practice. We'll take about 3 more rounds wherever you are. And after that third exhale, we'll come into a nice neutral spine. We'll extend the right toes back behind us. And you can play with shifting back and forward or just staying more back to stretch through the back of that leg. Also noticing what comes up for you in the low back, in the belly, in the hips, maybe even in the shoulders. Do you tend to really sink into the shoulders, or are you able to use that foundation to lift yourself up and out? Inhale, we'll float that leg up if that feels good. Exhale, hugging the knee in toward the chest. We're going to bring that foot up between the hands. Feel free, of course, to grab the ankle, making any adjustments as you need, just so that your body is comfortable. We are all very different, so let's make sure we're taking care of ourselves. Noticing the front knee over that ankle. Again, let's just start stacking our foundation from the ground up. So rooting through the front foot, rooting through the back knee and back foot. And let's start to maybe lift the hands off the ground. Maybe they come to the thigh or reach above the head. 2 breaths wherever you are. Big breath in. On our exhale, hands will come down, frame the foot. Step it back into your table. Inhale, moving into cow pose, letting the belly release down. Exhale, shifting into your cat pose, tucking the tailbone and the chin. Inhale, we'll find a nice neutral spine. Left toes will extend back behind us. Again, rocking back and forth if that feels okay, or just staying with that stretch through the back of the left leg. So again, through our calf muscles and hamstrings. On an inhale, you can float that leg up to be more parallel to the ground. And then exhale, hugging the knee in toward the chest. Again, stepping that foot between the hands, adjusting as needed. Inhale, we can start to shift with the chest and the hands, finding any variation here that feels best for your body. 2 breaths here. Big breath in, exhale, hands will frame the foot, stepping back as we come into our table. 1 round of cow and cat at your own pace. And when we come back to that neutral spine, we'll start to come into our low flow that we did in session number 1. So shifting the palms forward, we'll find a low plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down toward the ground, hugging the elbows in toward the body. Inhale, shining the heart forward, opening through the chest. Exhale, we'll transition back into our child's pose, Balasana. Inhale, lifting up, low plank. Exhale to lower down to the ground. Inhale, as we lift the heart forward. Exhale, back into our child's pose. So continue this at your own pace, or if you'd like to follow my breath, feel free to listen along and follow with me. Inhale, shifting forward, low plank. Exhale, releasing down to the ground. Inhale, shining the heart forward. Exhale, back into Balasana. Inhale, shift it forward, low plank. Exhale, release down. Inhale, shining the heart forward. Exhale, child's pose. 1 more round. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, child's pose. We'll take 5 to 6 breaths here in our child's pose. Connecting to the heart space, Untitled Chapter. Noticing what's resting in that space now as the breath moves through the body. Maybe you'd like to set your sankalpa, your intention, around whatever comes up for you in this practice. The theme of the practice is around expanding our energy, but also staying nice and grounded here and anchored to the earth. So maybe in what ways can you think about expanding your energy and staying rooted to who you are? What comes up for you? What are the qualities of the thoughts? Are they supportive, loving, nurturing? Let's take about 3 more breaths. allow 3 things that you're grateful for to cross your mind, just to affirm that intention so that we can bring more positive impact into the world. And with our next inhale, we'll start to transition back into our table, tucking the toes, maybe shifting the palms forward. Again, remembering your body is very different from my body, so doing what feels good. As we start to lift the hips up, taking it into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can pedal the feet, step the feet wide. Of course, make this down dog your down dog. Play with what feels good on your body. And when you find the most comfortable position, we'll take 3 breaths there. Next, inhale. Let's start to bend the knees. Gaze up between the hands. And on the exhale, we'll walk the feet forward to find our standing forward fold. So you might have a big bend in the knees. Your legs might be straight. You just find anywhere in between that feels good. And let's release the head and the neck. So maybe saying yes to things that you want to call in to your practice, into your life. And then maybe no for setting strong boundaries that serve you and your highest good. One more breath. On our next inhale, we'll start to lift up halfway. So again, your hands can come here to the shins or maybe even to the thighs. And we'll exhale fully. And then inhale, reaching all the way up to the top, arms extending above the head. And exhale, hands can come to the heart space, Anjali Mudra. We'll take about 5 breaths here, feeling the feet rooting down on the ground, connecting back to your intention, holding that in the heart space. What do you stand for? And how does that help you expand into who you are becoming? One more breath. Next, inhale. Arms extend up above the head. Exhale, hinge at the hips to fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale as we lift halfway, long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching up to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Next, inhale, we'll root down into the right leg as we float the left foot off the ground. Exhale, let's slowly transition that left leg back to find a high lunge. So high crescent lunge here. Back heel is lifted. You can even play with bending the back knee, adjusting through the hips as needed, protecting our low back, engaging the core, and then straightening through that back leg as much as you can. And here we still want to feel rooted through the feet, grounded. One more breath. Hands can come to the hips if you like. Let's step it forward, Tadasana. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching back to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Hands can come to the hips again if you like, as we start to root into the left leg. Inhale, lifts that right foot off the ground. Exhale, stepping the right foot back to find that high crescent lunge. Adjusting as needed. Front knee again, stacking over the front ankle, rooting down through both feet, but the back heel is still lifted. So again, we're expanding our energy and staying rooted. Arms can extend up if that feels good. Any variation. One more breath. And when you're ready, rooting down through that front leg, we'll step it forward. Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Rooting down through the right leg. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, stepping it back behind you. High crescent lunge. Inhale, sweeping the arms up above the head. On this exhale, we'll spin that back heel down, opening up to find our warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. So remembering in our warrior poses, we want to feel strong, grounded and rooted through the feet, and also lifted up and expanding. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. We'll take the arms up above the head. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Bring the hands together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, straighten the front leg as the arms extend back out into warrior two arms. Exhale, bend into that front knee, sinking back into our warrior two. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra, bend into the front knee. Inhale, opening the arms out, warrior two arms. And exhale, releasing back into our warrior two. Inhale, we're going to shift back into that high crescent lunge, so turning the hips back toward the front of your mat. And then taking your time, ground through that right leg or the front leg, and step it forwards to our Tadasana. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching back to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's switch to the other side, taking your time, rooting down into the left foot. Inhale, floats the right foot off the ground. Exhale, stepping it back to find that high lunge. If you get a little off, make any adjustments that feel good. We'll take the arms up above the head, and then when you're ready, spinning that back heel down, opening up to find our warrior two. I always like to check my stance to make sure it's comfortable, and if I need to adjust, always adjust. So we're going to do that flow here on this side as well. So let's take an inhale, reach the arms up, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, bend into the front knee, hands at the heart. Inhale, opening the arms out wide, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, sink into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, opening out wide, expanding and grounded. Exhale, sinking into our Virabhadrasana 2. Again, here we are strong, we are held, and we are expanding into who we are becoming. Next inhale, let's shift into that high crescent lunge. Hands can come to the hips, and we'll step it forward into our Tadasana. Big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. I invite you to bring the palms together at the heart. Feeling your feet rooting down. Feeling that energy moving through the legs. Connecting back to your intention. And this will bring our movement practice to a close for today. So join me in pranayama, Kapalabhati, finding a comfortable way to sit. So feel free to sit on blanket, blocks, bolster, pillows, having your tea handy, whatever feels good, as we start to move into our pranayama practice. So again, Kapalabhati is about expanding our energy and also still feeling very rooted and grounded in who we are. So expansion, but not flying away. We're staying right here, rooted and grounded. So this is also called skull shining. So one thing about it is that it's very forceful exhales through the nose, and we have passive inhales after each exhale. And so as long as we're focusing on our exhale, our inhale will always happen, and it becomes a very natural process. So let's take some time to sit here and just breathe on our own pace. So maybe the eyes gently close or have a soft gaze. But just noticing the breath here moving through the body. When you're ready, we'll bring one hand to the belly, and we'll start to really feel the breath here moving through the belly. So again, with Kapalabhati, it's the forceful exhales. So you'll think of this lifting up through the belly as we really engage the diaphragm to press the air out of our body. And this is also bringing up energy from our root and from our creative centers, so Muladhara and Swadhisthana chakras. And we're moving that up through Manipura, our solar plexus, and through our heart. And as we continue to pull all of that energy up, we can speak our truth and share it out into the world. So we'll do this practice. We'll take about 15 to 20 forceful exhales. If your body wants to do less than that or do more than that, of course, always do what your body feels. And then once you're finished with that round, taking about 5 full breaths on your own before going into the next cycle. So we'll take an inhale, exhale fully. One more just like that. And then we'll inhale and begin our forceful exhales here. So after you complete that first round, you can come into your second round after a few normal breaths. And when you're ready, hands can rest on the lap. Taking that time to sit with the breath. I want to thank you for joining me for session 3 of the Beginner Yoga series. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you in our next session. Bye.